We're going to change discussion now because we're going to be on a mission this year to stop you falling victim to scammers. Criminals are coming up with ever more convincing ways to get their hands on your cash, and we want to help, basically. So I'm going to run through some of the scams that you should be on the lookout for 2024. But whilst I'm doing that, have you been scammed? Is there something going on in your life right now that you think might be a scam? Have you received an email or a phone call or a text message? Pick up the phone, let us know, and we'll discuss it here on the show. 0207 862 2222 is the number that you need. First up, I want to talk to you about QR codes. You know the QR codes? Yeah, you've seen them. Absolutely. They became very, very popular in the pandemic. They looked this sort of little black and white sort of puzzle thing.
No more menus, just those.
Well, exactly. A lot of restaurants saying, look, instead of handing menus out and sort of everybody touching a menu, we'll have a QR code. You use your smartphone, which takes a picture of the QR code and takes you to the menu. They're actually very handy things because it's easier than giving people a web address, because then you have to go www.hyphen./ So it's really easy, really practical. However, what's happening now is that scammers are putting QR code stickers over genuine QR codes and letting people scan those, which then take them to a fake website, which then steals all their details. Now, this could be happening if you are, for example, paying for parking and you have to use a QR code. This could be happening if you are even in a menu situation and using a QR code. So let's look here at a QR code that we've made. This, you can get your phones out. So look, have a go at this. This is your chance to win £10,000, says the QR code. Scan here. Now, where does it take you?
Facebook.
It takes you to Facebook, to the Jeremy Vine Facebook page. This is what happened when I had a look at it. So have a look at this one here. This is me using it today. There we go. I scanned it on my phone and it takes you to our Facebook page. Now, the thing about QR codes is exactly that. You never know where that QR code is going to take you because you don't, the URL, the address will pop up briefly, but people who are in a rush will just click on a link and you go to a website. So I would say be very, very careful when you're scanning a QR code. Look at the website where it takes you and make sure you're on a genuine website. I generally try to avoid them if I can. So the next one I want to talk to you about, particularly today, we've talked about Blue Monday. We've talked about the fact that it was an advertising campaign to get people to buy more holidays. Well, I'm going to talk to you about holiday scams. So it's this time of year where everyone's going out and booking holidays. So where do you do a lot of that? You're doing it online and looking at websites. Now, the problem is that scammers have become very, very good at copying websites. I did a show on Channel 5 not too long ago where we copied a website. It took us 3 seconds to copy it because you literally can just rip the original and put it on the fake website.
Can you put the padlock in there? Because I remember when I did
it used to be a thing,
it used to be if it doesn't have a padlock.
Okay, so the padlock, that's a very, very good question. The padlock means that the communication between you and the website is secure.
So it doesn't mean that it's a safe website.
It does not mean it's a safe website.
Thinking it meant it was all right.
So it could be a padlock between me and the scammer.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So scammers pay, I think it's an extra between $5 to $10 to get your padlock on your website. So if you're looking at the padlock, that doesn't mean that the website is genuine.
Yeah, we really do.
But if you're in a financial website or you're about to put in any credit cards and you're sure that you're on a genuine website, you should have a padlock there because that means your information is encrypted. But let's show you, just to show you how easy and how good scammers have become at designing this website. This is an Airbnb website alongside a fake one. So the one on the right, that is a genuine Airbnb website. The one on the left is the real one here, and the one on the right is the fake one. I got them the wrong way around because they look so similar. Because they can be absolutely identical, these ones. And what scammers are doing is they're literally just ripping off the design of the website and just putting it on. Now, how do you actually tell one from the other? Well, the best place and the best piece of advice I can give you is you need to look at the web address, the URL at the top. Again, the best advice really is to navigate to that website yourself. So actually physically type in the web address you want to go to, google.com, airbnb.com. Do not click it via a link in a text message or an email. Then you know that you've gone to the genuine website.
Does using the Airbnb app help?
Yeah, using the Airbnb app is going to be a lot...
from the App Store and it's got the verification.
Correct. It's going to be a lot safer. Let's take some messages. Jed on Facebook says, I just put the phone down on a company that claimed to be doing energy assessments. Tried to ring back and surprise, surprise, the number doesn't exist. Again, a nice good tip for this. If someone's called you from a number, there are several websites out there where you can stick that number. What I always do actually, because I can't remember the web address, is stick the number that's called you with the word scam next to it into Google. And if it's a scam number, someone will have reported it and it will be out there. So just always Google those numbers. Let's take another. Ian on Facebook says, my rule is always, if it's too good to be true, then it's a scam. I remember a TV show that always ended up with, if it's too good to be true, probably is. Because I was in it. Elaine on Facebook says, over Christmas, I ordered a dog bed for £30. It never came, but a week later, I saw in my pending transactions, there was £100 from the same firm. I phoned the bank, they gave me the £30 back and are investigating as the company no longer exists. It's yeah, go on.
No, I think listening to Dean Junham, I know you had him, Dunham, you had him here. He's always got me in the habit of, and I know it's not the best habit, however, if you do use your credit card online, you can get that money back far easier than if you use your debit card.
And PayPal is also pretty good, I find.
PayPal's really good.
And then it's not on credit.
If you're scammed, you can get the money back.
Always try and use a credit card when doing online purchases, no matter how big or small. And sometimes people don't know this, but you can put if it's a large amount and you think, I don't want to put all of that on my credit card, as long as you put at least £100, that will give you the protection that a credit card will give you on the whole
give you the whole amount.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
because you've paid it on the credit card. Let's take a call. Stephen's got in touch from Midlands. It's a bit general. Stephen, Stephen, welcome to the show. What would you like to say?
Morning. I was telling your colleague, I got scammed on Friday of last week. I'm from Pattingham, by the way, near Wolverhampton. Right. And I had a call from, apparently, allegedly from Geneva, to get me interested in buying stocks and shares through this particular company. And they asked me for my debit card, as it was. And I gave them a deposit of £200. And they, in front of me on a very sophisticated graph with stocks and shares and so on, invested the money in 3 different stocks. I immediately, therefore, smelt the rat, albeit too late. And I contacted my bank and they blocked the transaction. But because I didn't have my I said I didn't have my bank statement to hand, because they wanted to check for quotes, money laundering and my address. But of course, the bank statement also has my bank account details on. I said no, and they said, well, we'll ring you back on Monday at 9 o'clock. They phoned me at 10 to 9 this morning. I blocked the call. I had 6 subsequent telephone calls to from different numbers, which I blocked also. And they haven't been back to me since. And my bank's been alerted to it. So that's the current situation.
Well, Stephen, you've done the right things, which is, recognise it. Look, anybody can be taken in. These people are very, very good at what they do. And their cold calling techniques are very, very forceful. These people have got a script that they follow. It's designed to get people hooked in. But what's interesting is what happened to Stephen. There's research that shows that 1 in 4 people know that they've been scammed the moment they put the phone down. Yep. And what Stephen did was exactly right. Call your bank straight away. Yep. Straight away tell your bank. and cease communication. And you could tell that they knew they were on to a good thing because they've tried to call Stephen, 7 or 8 times today. Thank you, Stephen. Look, one last one I want to bring to your attention because of that time of year are scams involving the HMRC, the tax man, basically.
Yeah, we've had that.
So you've both had those.
And I think if you're self-employed or if you're freelance, this is a stressful time.
And it will make you panic.
Yeah, absolutely, completely.
Exactly. On the HMRC, they show what a text scam looks like. So let's have a look. You're bound to get a text message like this, which just basically says, HMRC refund, you have an outstanding tax refund of, well, in this case, £276.74 from 2020 to 2021. Lucky you. You're thinking, follow the instructions to claim your refund. Now, look at the address. It's got the HTTPS, which that means that it will have a little padlock, gov-tax.refundpr.com. Suffice it to say, that's not the real HMRC website. So you should delete that straight away. You should also try and report that by forwarding it to 7726. Just take that message, hit forward on your phone. 7726 is the number. It spells spam on your phone, and just forward it straight there. And what happens is that goes to the authorities and they'll trace that text message, and also, more importantly, shut down that URL that's in the text message. Let's take another call. Carmen's got in touch from Staffordshire. Carmen, good afternoon. What would you like to say?
Good afternoon to you, Alex. I got scammed for £7,000. It was to have a bathroom fitted and a kitchen. My kitchen is in a disastrous state. Nothing is how it should be. I've got lights hanging down. The sink isn't secure. They took the tiles up off the floor. I'm walking on bare concrete. The electrics are hanging down from the ceiling. The windows left in a sorry state. Light fittings not completed. Handles on the cupboards are upside down.
Okay, so Carmen, what's happened to the people you've paid this money to? Have they disappeared?
Tried to get hold of them, and it just goes to voicemail. The address we were given doesn't carry out, so I haven't a clue where he is, and I'm unsure of his name. I've taken photographs down to the town that he's supposed to be from, which is Rugeley, West Midlands.
Carmen, have you notified your bank?
Yeah, I notified the bank because I'd done it stupidly as a bank transfer. There were 2 banks involved, NatWest and Nationwide. Okay. And because it was done as bank transfers, I don't really have a leg to stand on.
Carmen, have you gone to the police?
Tried the police to begin with, and they really weren't interested.
Okay, Carmen, my advice to you is to go back to the police and get them to be interested, because it feels like, well, it looks like you've been scammed by someone and they really should be on that. I'm sorry we're short on time, but Carmen, thanks for letting us know. Thanks for getting in touch. Look, it's easy for everybody to fall for all sorts of scams. This is what you need to do. If you think you've been a victim from a scam, immediately pick up your mobile phone and dial 159 from any mobile phone. It doesn't matter which phone provider you are with. What you're going to be faced with is a multiple choice menu, which is going to put you through to the fraud department of your bank. So a voice will come on and say, do you bank with, and they'll say, NatWest, press 1, Barclays, press 2. So immediately, the sooner you can act to dial 159 from your mobile phone, get through to your fraud department, the sooner you can act, the more chances you have of stopping the scam right there and then, and also getting your money back if they can trace it. But look, we're going to be doing more on this, on scams, throughout the show. So do keep them coming in. You can email me, alexisconran@channel5